We all have a place that we call home. Sometimes it's where we grew up. Other times it's a chosen home. Or sometimes home can find us. We can even have multiple homes, which is where I found myself today. Before moving to New York City, my creative journey began here, in the small city of Providence, Rhode Island. The creative capital, the biggest little city, small but mighty, rich in history, community, character, and charm, with a talented art scene that doesn't get as much credit as it deserves. These streets are where I found my spark, for people watching, observing, and wandering. A safe space to run to, daydream, and ponder. Let my thoughts and creativity take over and bring me to another mental and emotional space. This is the city where my photography journey began.
So, as you just heard, this city holds a special place in my heart for a lot of reasons, but the biggest one being that it's where I started shooting. This city is where I found my love for photography, or maybe it found me.
I owe a lot to this city, to this community. It's where I started to find my voice as not only an artist and creative, but as a person. It's where the seed for my dreams had been planted within me and watered until I needed a bigger pot to transfer to continue to grow. To all the years of wandering, daydreaming, and being a safe space to grow, learn, and foster this creative spark I had. Providence, you'll always hold a special place in my heart, and I'll always love you. So before moving to New York City, I actually lived in Providence for a few years. But even before that, I was driving in from the surrounding towns that I lived in when I was in college. As you just heard, this whole video is talking about how it's where I started shooting, it's where I started picking up a camera for the first time, but it's so much more than that to me. Everything that happened during my time in this city, spent in the community, was such a transformational part of my life, and it's such an important time that I'll forever be grateful for. And for that reason, Providence will always hold a special place in my heart. So many key things, like it is where I started to find my voice as a person and an artist. It's also where I made my first creative friends. It's where I met my first photography friends. And as a creative and as a shy person in general, it's so undervalued how much having a supportive community actually means. The creative community in Providence is such a tight-knit and strong community. Everyone is always supporting each other, rooting for each other, sharing each other's work, and going to each other's shows and promoting the shows. It's a really special place that I'm grateful to have been a part of, and still am, even though I'm not there at the moment. I still hope that I can be seen that way. I had the awesome opportunity of being a part of my first art shows there, my first time showing my work in galleries and different art spaces in the city. I also had a clothing brand called PVD Love that was just made solely to spread love for the city. I was doing art markets on the weekend where I was selling the clothing. I was making all the clothing in my apartment, in my bedroom, with a heat press and a vinyl cutter. and it was really just such an important time of my creative journey. Providence is also where I started this YouTube channel. I got a GoPro. My first few videos were strictly POV, and I actually caught one of my favorite photos I've ever taken during my third video, which was a really special moment. And I was so glad that I was recording. I'm gonna put the clip on the screen so you can see it.
Oh my god, guys. Oh my god, guys. That could not have been any more perfect. Oh, wow. Oh my god, I just got chills.
That is a photo that I'll never forget, and I feel like that was the first photo I ever took that truly just lit me up in a way that I had never experienced before. And that moment was when I realized how much I love photography. And for me to have captured it on video, it just is the coolest thing. It was a really special moment. But I started making videos in Providence as well, and that's where this whole YouTube journey started. One of the other things, if you can see here, sitting behind me, was a project that I think a lot of photographers dream of doing at some point, and it's one that I wanted to do for a very long time. It's my first photo book, and this is really special to me. It is about, I think it's around 50 photos. I think it's around 50 photos that I took over a 5-year period in Providence. I wanted to put this book together before I moved to New York to close the chapter of that time in my life. And this is a really special project that I feel like I kind of didn't give it the credit that I wanted to, because everything was happening so quickly with the move. I kind of just released the book. We had an event for it. It was me, my friend Raphael, and Izzy, who are also both amazing photographers in Providence. They sold their work as well and their books, and we just had such a good time. And then I moved 3 weeks after that. So it kind of happened quickly. I made this book throughout the winter of 2022, and then released it around April 2023. So it's been almost a year now, but I never talked about it on this channel, so I wanted to make a video about it now. If you are interested in picking up a copy, I have 18 left, and they're all on my website. I'll put it on the screen and the description down below. Originally, I had ordered 50 of these. I sold some at the event. I sold some online and just over the span of a year, but I still do have 18 left. So they will be available on my website if you want to pick up a copy and see this part of my life. My style has changed a lot, and it's really interesting to look back at and see. I was using my zoom lens at the time because it was just a lot different shooting in Providence since it's a smaller city. I was afraid of getting too close to people. You stood out a lot more. It didn't feel right to me at the time. So I focused a lot more on architecture and moodier scenes, and you'll see that as you look through the book. It's called Following a Feeling, and follow the feeling has become a term that's very prevalent in my life over the last few years. It's all about following your gut, following the feeling that your gut gives you, and just trusting that as long as you do that, you will be brought to exactly where you're meant to be. So this book covers that all the way, my journey in Providence, my personal development as well, going through, my times of anxiety, shyness, just a lot of things. It's all talked about in here. Providence was a huge part in that because that's where I was going through a lot of things, and ultimately the feeling led me to New York. It's where I am today. So it's a very special project, very special book that I'm really proud of. And if you guys do pick it up, that would be awesome. It'd be cool to hear your thoughts on it, and it gives you guys a deeper look into me and my journey as well, and just the journey of photography. So with that, if you enjoyed this video, if you made it to the end, thank you so much. Give it a like, would greatly appreciate it. Let me know what you thought down below. And if you do pick up a copy of the book, thank you so much. It truly means a lot. So with that, follow the feeling, listen to your gut, do more of what makes you happy, even if it's 5 minutes a day, because it's really important. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. See ya.